What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and ranking our top small forwards right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM on a tier list. Now, what I tried to do here is get the best of the best small forwards and then any recent small forward that we got in like a recent content drop that could be like noteworthy. So, for example, like Robert Horry, you can get in domination. So I want to talk a little bit about him. Now, again, as you do dive into this thing, if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. Let's hop into it. Starting with TyDeBo. Terry is such a complete small forward on this game. I mean, if you want to complain about Terry, I just don't think there's much to complain about. Like, he's got a good release. His player build's fine. Sure, he's only 6'7", but I think Terry could be A tier. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to move him up, move him down. But I think Terry is just, isn't he just like Rudy? Like, the two cards are nearly identical. And so, I'm not going to waste any time talking about Rudy at A tier as well. I mean, the cards are eerily similar. And I want to show you guys something as I do record this video. Because, I mean, like I said, the cards are eerily similar. If you compare the cards, Terry is way better stat-wise. Rudy is taller with a better player build. Animation-wise, they both have the same release. And so, like, when I'm comparing the cards, Terry is better badge-wise. Terry is definitely better than Rudy. I mean, he is. But it's only by a slight margin, and Rudy's player build's better, so I'm going to put them both at A tier. Tubby Walker, D tier. I mean, maybe I'm being too low with Tubby Walker, but I just don't see what the card really gives you that is super, hyper or should really be, hyped up. I don't see it with the card. If you really want to run Tubby Walker, at the end of the day, do what you guys have to do. I just personally don't see it with Anton Walker at the time I'm recording this video. Now, again, a lot can change, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling about Anton Walker right now. Ceddy Maxwell up next, probably C tier. Now, the one saving grace for Cedric Maxwell is his release. Like, he's got an incredibly good release. I know people don't like the fact that a lot of people are just getting that default small base, which I understand and I get. But for Cedric Maxwell, the card is really solid. Plays good defense. The only thing that stinks about him is his low three ball. Like, his three ball is too low, in my opinion, to hype him up anymore. Gerald Wallace up next, B tier probably. I think Gerald Wallace is a fine small forward in this game. Doesn't do anything outstanding. Don't necessarily think his release is perfect. He's just a fine small forward. Larry Johnson, the most overhyped card we've seen yet. Is he A tier? Maybe. And I'll put him A tier for the sake of this video. But I do not like Larry Johnson, and he was not worth your time. I just want you guys to know and realize that Larry Johnson was so overhyped for no reason. His release is not good. Dennis Rodman, if I see anybody else gas Dennis Rodman as much as, I think it's Carlo. I don't know what to say. Rodman is fine, but he is B tier at best. I mean, that release at 6'7", what are we talking about? LeBron James, the best small forward in the game, S tier. It's crazy that in just a couple of days we'll get, I guess Luka's out for a little bit. I was going to say in a couple of days we'll get to watch Bron and Luka, but it'll be a little while before Luka ultimately returns, which just makes the trade weird. Like, a lot of different dynamics here, right? Obviously, Luka, in my opinion, is the better player, but he's going to be coming off an injury. And so there's just so many weird dynamics that do go into a trade like that. And the Mavs probably were certainly worried about it. Calvin Nat, I think, is good. I'm going to put him in B tier. I don't see any negatives about that Calvin Nat card. Kevin Durant, C tier. I don't like KD at all. I'm actually going to go D tier with him. I do not care. And if you want me to, I'll show you why I do not like Kevin Durant. Look at the defensive stats of these cards. And I know you guys are going to be like, oh, Ty, but what about the offense? Look at the defense. Look at the badges. Cedric Maxwell blows Kevin Durant out of the water outside of everybody but the three ball. But KD's release is so slow. Like, it's just slow. I'm not going to gas Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, D tier. Pink Diamond LeBron James, S tier. Yeah, the Galaxy Opal Bron is better than the Pink Diamond Bron. But both cards are S tier. So it's what it is. S tier for LeBron. Galaxy Opal Giannis Antetokounmpo, S tier as well. Now, do I like LeBron or Giannis more? I like LeBron more. But both cards are good. Both cards do deserve to be in that S tier. Jamal Mashburn, not great. I actually think he's better than that Kevin Durant card, though, so I'm going to go C tier. Was available to locker code, and if you chose Jamal Mashburn, then you still got a good small forward in this game. Jeff Green, I'm going to hype him up to B tier. I know some people don't like Jeff Green because they think of what his release used to be a couple of years ago. Like a few years back, he had like a really cheesy release. I wouldn't describe Jeff Green's release as cheesy, but it is still a really good release on this game. B tier for Jeff Green. Galaxy Opal KD is quite a bit better. Is he A tier? Is he S tier? I think I've got to go S tier. Now, if you guys are wondering, well, Ty, why are you gassing the Galaxy Opal KD but not the Pink Diamond KD? Simply put, the Galaxy Opal KD plays defense. Pink Diamond KD plays basically zero defense. Galaxy Opal KD plays a ton of defense. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. No, I don't love the Galaxy Opal KD's release. No, I don't think he's as good as LeBron or Giannis, but I do think I'm taking him over Terry and Rudy G right now. So S tier for the card. Paolo Banchero, A tier at least. And this is where things get tough. Because if you're asking me, Ty, are you taking Galaxy Opal KD or are you taking Paolo Banchero? I don't know if I can answer that question. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me, you know, for saying that, but I want you guys to look at this and tell me I'm crazy. Paolo has 6'10". His defensive stats are nearly identical. Badge-wise, maybe slightly worse. But I think Paolo's release is smoother than KD's too. I'll put Paolo at A tier, but I'm just trying to make the case for him. Jonathan Isaac, low end to A tier. I do think Jonathan Isaac's better than a guy like Dennis Rodman, though. I think he's better than Jeff Green. And so I am putting him at that low A tier. Now, again, if you don't love Jeff Green, that's fine if you don't have him there. I'm just saying I think he is that level of good on this game. Bobby Jones, D tier. I don't even know why I put him on this list. Billy Cunningham is fine, not really C tier. Sean Marion, I guess I'll go A tier. The thing for me with Sean Marion, and it always is, his release is so weird. I know it's quick, but it is just a weird release that I don't even know if I could personally green consistently with, especially with the stick. So I don't know. I'm going to throw him at A tier, but if you like Sean Marion, do what you got to do. Connie Hawkins is a beast, A tier. I think Connie Hawkins is so elite on this game. It just kind of stinks that Connie Hawkins came out in a set, basically. When those packs came out, if people open packs, they opened like the 200,000 VC one, which was basically for unsellable versions of cards. So if you have Connie Hawkins, he's probably unsellable, but if he's a good card. Peja Stojakovic, he's better than Pink Diamond KD. I'm going to go C tier. I don't love Peja, but he is better than Pink Diamond KD, so I got to respect it. Pink Diamond Kawhi at this stage, I still think is A tier. I mean, and this is coming from somebody and myself. I use the Amethyst Kawhi on my No Money Spent, and I love him. He knocks down shots. He plays good defense. Sure, his movement's not that good, but I don't really care. Just be a 3-and-D guy. That's exactly what Kawhi does on the floor. Andre Kirilenko, S tier. He's better than KD. It's not even particularly close. S tier for Andre Kirilenko. Rui Hachimura. The problem with Rui is his release is just on the slower side of things, so I think B tier is where I gotta go. Honestly, the more I look at Jeff Green, the more I think Jeff Green could maybe be an A tier small forward on this game. Paul Millsap, I don't hate Paul Millsap. Do I love him though? I don't know. His release is okay. I like Paul Millsap, but I think Gerald Wallace and Calvin Natt are just simply better. I'm gonna go C tier with Paul Millsap. Adam Morrison, I'm going to go A tier. For me, Adam Morrison just lacks a little defense. And I know, like, yes, if you want offense, he is one of the most talented offensive players on this game. I get that. I agree with that. I'm just saying, defensively, he lacks a little bit, so I don't think I can go at S tier. Carmelo Anthony, I don't know, man. I mean, his release is on quick, but his defense isn't that great. I guess if KD's going to go S tier, Melo's going to go S tier. But just know that I wish his defense was slightly better. And I'm not complaining, but that's just the truth when I'm making this tier list. That's the one thing that I see a big time hold up with a guy like Carmelo Anthony is I just wish defensively he gave you slightly more on the court. Draymond Green, I love Dre, so I'm going to go C tier. But realistically, his release is on slow. He's only 6'6". Realistically, you could go D tier, and I'm not going to complain. But I like Draymond. I think he's better than KD. Robert Horry, objectively isn't good, D tier. Zion, objectively isn't good. 6'6", I guess I'll go C tier because that's where Draymond's at, but I really don't like Zion. Trey Murphy's not bad, but D tier. And last but certainly not least, Michael Beasley, a top 3 or 4 small forward in the entire game. The best and most fun offensive small forward to use on this game. Michael Beasley is an absolute stud. And I said in one of my comments, like, well, Ty, not everybody can use Michael Beasley, and you're probably right. But at the end of the day, if you can use Michael Beasley and get used to that release, the quick release, you've got the best offensive small forward on the game. I feel like I've got to put one of these small forwards at F tier, so I'm sorry, Bobby Jones. I don't actually hate Bobby Jones, but I think the card objectively has to be F tier. I just don't think I can go any higher with Bobby Jones than that. So this is my small forward tier list, and I don't know. I mean, you're going to have to let me know down below in the comments if you like this tier list, if you don't like this tier list, because again, this is just the tier list that I personally came up with. I don't even think it's perfect, so let me know. If you want to see KD higher, look, the Galaxy Opal KD is there. I'm sorry, the Pink Diamond KD is not good whatsoever. If you like KD, look, I gave you the Galaxy Opal KD, so we'll meet in the middle. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.